Here's a short recap of part 1 of the Frogger miniseries. First, we set up our project by creating folders to store our art assets and our blueprints. Next, we imported the Frogger Static Mesh FBX file. I made this file available on Fab as well as the Gumroad page linked in the description of this series. Then we created our player blueprint. We used the character class, as this comes with both a skeletal mesh component and a movement script, and this class is also possessable like the pawn class. Inside the player blueprint, we set the skeletal mesh to use the frog mesh we imported earlier. We scaled the mesh to 0.25 on all axes to make it more size appropriate. We also adjusted the capsule component's radius and half height to be more size appropriate. Don't forget to center the Frogger mesh inside the capsule. The last thing to do in the player blueprint is to add a spring arm and a camera component. Make sure the camera is a child of the spring arm, and then set the spring arm length to an appropriate distance, and don't forget to add a little bit of camera lag to your project. Finally, we set the default pawn class in the project settings to use our new player blueprint class we created earlier. And just like that, we have our first player blueprint for our Frogger prototype. Stay tuned for part 2.